Hello and welcome back to the Hand Toolery. And today what I have for you is I'm going to be doing a woodblock print for a poetry booklet that I wrote and made. Now, something you might not know about me is that I actually, English is my first language. I learned and got my degrees in Spanish, and that's what I teach. And then also my wife, who speaks Portuguese, I learned Portuguese as well. And I've actually written poetry and studied and written poetry in all three of those languages. And so interestingly enough, I was able to get a research grant to be able to do a research trip where my whole family got to go with me, and we lived in Brazil for the spring of 2022. And while I was there, I taught at a university and got to do research on this Brazilian poetry called string or cordel poetry. And what I'm doing here is I'm just applying some water, soap and water, to transfer an inkjet print onto the block. Now, I made this design not really on my own. I found some vector graphics in Adobe Express, and I just put them in the program and sort of just printed it out to the size I needed it to be. And the graphic, as you can see, it's like one of those medical crosses, kind of like the Red Cross or the Swiss flag or something. And it's got a hand like a stop sign in the middle. And this poetry, this poem that I wrote, is about the quarantine that we all went through in 2020. Of course, at the time, because this video, I actually made this way back in 2021 and never actually did anything with it. Regardless, as you can see, the transfer didn't turn out too well. Maybe I could have used alcohol or something like that, but I'm going back with a pencil. It's just a bunch of straight lines in a very simple hand, so I figured I could just go ahead and trace it myself. I had the major, elements there, and I can fudge it the rest of the way. And as you can see, it turned out much better with the tracing. And now I'm just going to score lines to help guide my carving tools. And I'm using just a straight up utility knife. After that, what I'll do is I will relieve on both sides of what I want to keep. So the way this works is it's going to be stamped backwards. So you have to do everything backwards, and then it'll get reversed to the correct way whenever you stamp it. And so whatever you want to leave, you have to relieve around it. So if I want to leave that actual design, I have to cut on either side of all those lines. And that's what I'm doing here. So I'm going to lower all the outside and then lower the major part of the inside, and then take a really fine carving bit and just come in right along all those relief cuts I made. I'm just using a regular old cheap speedball carving set here. You can get at any hobby store. And then you just roll out the ink on a glass plate like this. I got it from a picture frame. Use your brayer to do so, and then you use just something as a bearing or a block to flatten it all out. A lot of people use wooden spoons. And it's not that hard of a process. And as you can see, the results can be quite good. Thanks for watching this short video. Have a great day.